All right. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday? Hope y'all having a good one. I am. Everything going real Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little under the weather, but smoothing. And also, it's my fault about the lateness of the podcast because I've been a little busy this week, not just with work, but New Orleans also. We have an entrepreneurship week every March. It comes like different times in March. Usually it's like probably like the third week of March, and it comes and I be going to it. I be going to it because it's good to meet new entrepreneurs and get their feel on things, how everything's going with them, what are they doing, some things that I can do, and some stuff like that. So it is pretty tight. Like they have keynote speakers, and also it got different topics. Like they have a podcast topic, like and it lasts about 30 minutes. They got a room, and it happens. It's kind of like a convention, I would say. Basically, it lasts for this one was a little shorter than the last couple I know, because the last couple kind of lasted like a whole week. This one kind of started, I would say Tuesday ish, and went to Friday. So it is what it is, but it was Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Usually I get it from when I was in school. I used to get my teacher used to give it to me, the entrepreneurship thing to go to it. But this time I was out of school. Like I say, I still talk to him because he's basically like a mentor to me. So he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna send you this. So I want you to go because it's really good for you and really good for you to stay up, knowing what's going on with entrepreneurship wise, small business wise, and stuff like that." But it was great. I'm glad that everything went smooth. The party that they be having is pretty nice, and the pitch. I think that's probably the highlight of it is the like the pitch event that they got going on. It's like you each person gets a time to pitch their ideas that they have. So that's kind of tight because you just pitch into a whole bunch of people, but you gotta market yourself and all that. So it's pretty cool, and I like it. But the sad news today is last night I sat down and I watched that LSU game. I sure did. I watched it and I was like, I can't believe we fucking lost. Alright, nah, I am not a Saints fan, nor will I ever be a Saints fan. Alright, do I root for the Saints? No. Did I root for them again with that Super Bowl? Yes, I did, because hey, I didn't want the Colts to win. So what else I'm supposed to do? Also, Peyton Manning is Tom Brady's biggest competition, and plus they beat us. So why would I want them to win? And also, what happened with Hurricane Katrina and everything. So I rooted for them that time. But other than that, I'm not a Pelicans fan. Nah, I am an Anthony Davis fan. So there's that. But I'm not a Pelicans fan. Not any of that. It just is what it is with that. But LSU, I'm an LSU fan. I love LSU. Like that, LSU is my shit. Alright, they there, I'm there, basketball wise, and and football. Of course, football, but basketball, it would be so sporadic with basketball. I know the situation that's going on with Coach Wade and everything, but we be sporadic with basketball. It's um, like we get a great player here and there, but this team was really good. So I'm there all the way with the basketball shit. Like usually I watch a couple games here and there every season. Like of course the root for them, and you see them on the news and shit. So I'm there. But this season I was like, oh shit, we got a chance. We got a chance. And when we lost to Michigan State, I was pissed. I was pissed because I was like, we get close, and then they just pull away. We get close, pull away. I was like, come on, man. And then I'm pretty sure they got this. They got something was about to become a meme from last night game. It's this dude that was on the bench for Michigan State, and he was going crazy after I think it was a dunk or something. He was going crazy. I think it was gonna be a meme, but we lost. I was very disappointed. I was like, shit, how we lose, but uh, it was just we didn't have some close games, bro. We not even talking about the close games Duke done had up in here because Duke is winning by like 2 points. All these things are close. All that shit is close, and I don't even know if Duke gonna win it all. I'm gonna be honest. Nah, I think they're very likely to win it all because let's be real, you got the basically the number one pick in the draft at your school and all that. Really, you got what? You got three players that probably are going in the top 10, top seven. So I think it's a. But the fact that the games are close and it's real, like the fact that they're only winning by like 2 points here, 4 points here, and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. They're not really blowing nobody out. So let's see what happens. And I'm here for it, man. It's all. I think just looking at it, college basketball. This is the thing that I like. I know I'm going on sports tangent and all that, but the thing that I like about college basketball is that the refs kind of let the kids play. Like it's no like real ticky tack fouls. It's none of that. It's okay. We're here. Let's get it popping, and we going for steals. That's not a reach in. That's okay. And we're not calling fouls on every time somebody go to the bucket, and it's just good defense and not a foul. We're not calling fouls on it, and I like that. March Madness be the shit, bro. This be like my time to really watch college basketball because other than this, I don't really pay attention. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't pay attention to it. It just be like, okay, uh, Duke's playing, North Carolina's playing, Kentucky Blue playing. Okay, but until March Madness come around, I don't pay attention. And this is why I do all my this is why I do all my scouting for the Lakers at. I do a raid. I be like, ooh, John Morant look Gucci. In which I think somebody who done really did a lot for himself, I think, is John Morant. Because damn, damn. Like damn that. This dude is a savage. Like it is he's a damn killer, but it's enough on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting. I'm ready. I'm ready for this NFL draft. I'm ready for fucking basketball draft because the Lakers season is a wash, so it don't even matter. But the big thing I'm ready for in April has came around so fast. We got a little bit more time to Game of Thrones. Me and my cousin was watching the LSU game together yesterday, and he asked me. He said, "Ray, what you think gonna happen at the end?" I was like, "Man, what you mean? What I think gonna happen at the end?" He's like, "Nah, man. Like, what you think gonna happen? Like, who you think gonna win? Who you think gonna get it?" I was like, "Man, I think odds are Daenerys and Jon Snow got the dub. Alright, that's the odds right now. They got the dub. But simply, he believes that the White Walker is about to win and about to eliminate everybody. I was like, bro, do you know how bad that is to happen? How just like the White Walkers win, everybody dies, and the long night lasts forever. I was like, come on, bro. That they not about to go that dark with us. He's like, man, come on, man. You remember the Red Wedding? You remember they killed Ned Stark in the first season? I was like, I get that, but you gotta remember that they done changed up on what they was doing. They're still killing characters, but they ain't like. Although if this was the time to do it, this would be the time. Like to just say, there's no happy ending. Everyone dies. Get over it. That should be crazy. I don't think they're doing that because that's too much. That's too much, and I don't think they're doing it. But you never know. You never know what they may do. But I think Daenerys and Jon Snow got the dub, and it's just gonna be smoothing. I think it's gonna be smoothing from here on out, and hopefully everything just goes great. But man, I can't wait. I can't wait. They talking about movie length and all that. Plus, we got the Avengers coming out, bruh. We April done turn fire, and then John Wick Chapter 3. For those of y'all who have not seen John Wick, one, I don't know what you doing. I have no idea what you're doing. Go watch John Wick. John Wick 1 was greatness. 2 was greatness. 3 is gonna be greatness, man. He was riding a horse in 3. He was riding a horse in the trailer for 3. So I'm ready. I'm here for this. I'm here for this right now. John Wick, that's about to be great. And the Avengers, dog. Just the Avengers is about to be, it's about to be crazy. I I think that's probably gonna be the first movie to really hit like 2 billion and something. Like not to hit 2 billion because we know the other one did, and we know Avatar, Titanic, but I don't know if it's gonna be Titanic. Titanic is to think to think that Leonardo DiCaprio really basically kind of has the most successful movie of all time. You can't really go with all the movies that were in like the 30s, in the 20s, in the 40s because you can't. I know you got adjust for inflation, but sometimes those tickets were bought with different ways and shit like that. So I'm basically giving a dub to Titanic. So you can't really like just put that there. So Titanic, I believe, is probably the number one thing because I know people gonna say, "Oh, Gone with the Wind, yada yada yada." No, no, no. I'm going on my judgment here. It's not doesn't count for that much, but it's Titanic. To think that Leonardo DiCaprio, then just like when he was a kid, when he was a kid doing that shit right there, well, a young man doing that, that's fire. That's fire, dude. I that's one of my favorite actors. Him and Brad Pitt. Didn't they talk about Angelina Jolie could be in the Marvel universe? That that's more craziness. I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess this is my fuckery podcast because it it's just a whole bunch of shit, right? All right, so now to the main shit of the day, right? So I had like these two young men come over, right? They came over because they updated my cable and all that. And me, I really don't care about cable. I'm more of a Wi-Fi type person right now. But we got cable here. So they came to update my cable and shit like that. So after we get everything done and all that, then we sit down talking on the porch, and one of the guys is talking to me about school and all that, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, we having a conversation, and I tell him I got like me. I have a degree in business and entrepreneurship, and he's like, oh yeah, man. He's like, He's like, how long you went for? I'm like, I went for 2 years. I was like, I went for 2 years, and I did another year in culinary. That was what I did before business. I was doing cooking, and so he was like, oh, well, I don't really know how important school is in like my situation. I really don't, like, like I look at the best people that are starting businesses, and especially because some people in New Orleans that then started businesses and that are very successful that never even went to school for it. They used to do it as like a trade, and then that they really got good at it, and they thought, why don't I take this trek for myself and start working for me? So I was like, yeah, I get that. I get that. And he was like, man, but how really worth it is school? I was, I had to sit back, and I know we didn't had this conversation probably a couple times. I don't know if my stance keeps changing on it or what, but I had to sit back and think about it. I was like, man, well, see, my school didn't cost me that much. It didn't cost a lot. It was like, um, I only really how much I have to pay back because I got different grants and everything. I only had to pay back $6,000. I think it's down to five right now because I've been paying it constantly and stuff like that. And the payments just kind of kicked in. I think I think like a couple, like what, 5 6 months ago, they just kind of kicked in. So I've been on that, and that's why it's going down. But I only had to pay so much. Like some people, when I talk to people and they're telling me they got like 70,000 to pay back, 60, 70,000. Some of them in the 80s. I was like, what? What? Like, how? They was like, what you talking about? How? I did 4 years at a university, and this how much I had to pay. I was like, shit. I'm like, you ain't getting no student aid help or no scholarships and shit. They was like, yeah, I got that, but I still had to pay. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my, 60,000, 60, 70,000, dude. That is a lot. You can, some people don't make 60 to 70,000 in like 3 years. Some people make like 25,000 a year, and and then that's it. And then you would have to make 3 years to even cover your student loans. Not just to cover it, but to because you also gotta live. So let's be real. You probably gonna, you may pay, if you make 20 some thousand dollars, you may pay five a year. You may pay five because you have other expenses. You gotta eat, you gotta live, you gotta do all that. So I can see how people end up paying student loans for like so many freaking years and stuff like that. But is it worth it? That 70,000, I don't think it. I don't know. I don't know if that 70,000 is worth it for to get a piece of paper, dude. See, but that's the thing. That's the thing. It depends on what you're going for. Like I say, if you're going for business, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because it's like the best the best learning experience that you're gonna have is actually doing the business or taking internships, um, different things like that. Like, but just for business wise, it's not. It's not. The only thing, the real thing that I got out of my school experience had to be my teacher. Because the fact that he owns a couple businesses and that we still talk on a weekly basis because he knows, like, I come to him about different things. I come to him about how to do this, how to what I can write off on my taxes, what's the type of proprietorship I want. I want sole proprietorship, I want an LLC, or things like that. So uh, that that's what it is for me. I got out of it. That's a hefty price to get for like $6,000 to get out of that, but it was important because he still helps me to this day, right? Because when I need something, I go to the school, I go talk to him. He has an open door policy, and we sit in there and have. One day I'm gonna record one of our conversations for y'all because we literally talk about everything going on business wise. We not just everything that has to do with my business, but like things that are going on with Apple. He's telling me different internships I can do so I can pick up different knowledge from people and stuff like that. So I think that that's a good thing. And then this is where a lot of people get me because or this where I kind of think about it myself because I look at it, I was like, all right, it doesn't help too much college, right? But the one thing that that's automatic from college that you can get from it, especially don't no matter what field you're in and all that, is excuse me, but is networking opportunities. Because you have people that you go to school with that will become something, and if they don't, they can put you in position. Let's hope that they become something because we don't want people wasting their time in school. So you got people that either will become something or know other people that have become something that can help you and put you in position to further yourself, further your business, and further what you don't. So that's already a good thing. That's already just out the door good. And there's nothing wrong with that because now you're getting helped out by people that are already like in your field or outside of your field, and that now you're thinking about different things. They're helping you with this, you're helping them with that, and the networking helps out. That's one of the things school does. I I guess, damn, I feel like I'm seesawing on this right now. I feel like I'm seesawing because school has its good things. Sometimes school prepares you for the world. Like some people don't know that. Some people don't know when they, cause you when you're in high school, right? You get into this structure of you're living with your parents. You go to school for the 8 hours that you go, and then you get off. Then let's say you got extracurricular activity. For me, it was football. Then you do that, and then you go home. You do your schoolwork. You go outside. You do all that, right? But it's kind of you have to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do this. And then when you're in school, it's like class, 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 lunch, class, class. You feel what I'm saying? It's like that. But when you get to college now, you're kind of, especially if you're living on campus, you're you gotta kind of think for yourself. No mom's not waking you up like she did in high school. No one's doing that. No one's making you breakfast every morning. I ain't get breakfast every morning. It was like cereal, and a lot of times I ain't even eat breakfast. Like after 8th grade, because I had football in the morning. I ain't even eat breakfast because it was like you just gonna throw it up. You just gonna throw it up, especially on that gut check day. Shit. I'm glad I ain't eat. But so no one's waking you up, right? No one is just trying to make sure everything is right for you. Everything is on you now. Everything is on you, and you have to choose what you're gonna really focus on. What are you gonna do to help yourself, and things like that, things of that nature. That's what you gotta do. No one's holding your hand anymore in college, and I think some people look at it as a precursor to actually being out to the real world, because now that no one's like holding your hand, now it's on you. And then that's how the world is. The world doesn't care. If you miss work, you miss work. That's your fault. That no one gives a damn. You better have a reason. No call, no show. Okay. Oh, you were late. All right, that's you get doxxed for that. You're late. So it's just I think that's how people look at it. Like it can help build you to like the real world. So that's a good thing. Networking, that's a good thing. The the kind of basic knowledge that you get from it, it's a lot of it's a lot of plus and minuses, bro. I'm gonna just go back to the fact it depends on what you're going for. It depends on what you're going for. If you're going for to be a doctor, fucking right, go to school. If you're going to just be um do some regular job and just don't care as long as you just want a regular job, get paid regular, have a family, and let that be your pride and joy. Nah, who needs it? If you're going for business, uh, might want to get into the business field. Might want to actually uh like rub elbows with some entrepreneurs, and you gotta see if your school is kind of business oriented because you want to rub shoulders with the people that are right there, or if you want to be an artist, it's now I've seen artists that is kind of like this, right? Because you can rub shoulders with other artists, but the best way to like do I'm talking about artists as in either uh, singers, producers, writers, things like that. Like you can rub shoulders with them, and then it opens doors for you in the future. But also, the best way to do it is to get involved in it. Produce a song, write a script, direct a short movie, stuff like that. That's the best ways to do it. But school can help you network and get more footholds into the door. Fuck, this not an answer, is it? it it's not an answer, bro. For me, it was kind of worth it because I got to really get cool with some people that I'm still cool with today, and like I said, I got kind of a mentor out of it. Um, for you, it may not be. You may be in a situation where school is just like something to appease your family. That's what I kind of did with my culinary degree first. I kind of did that because I knew I needed to go right out of high school because my I knew my dad was kind of looking at me like, "Yo, son, like, what you gonna do?" And I know I wanted to do something for my mother. I was like, you know what? Let me get a culinary degree. I took a year off, and then I went back and finished because I needed to. I I, I went back for me. Like first year, I was like, all right, that's for y'all. I got my culinary thing, and after that, it was like I kind of had that talk with myself. You know that look in the mirror, talk with yourself. Like, yo, what do you want to be? Now, I always knew what I wanted to be, right? I told you, I always knew because I I told you I wanted to own the Patriots. I wanted to build this $1 billion company and stuff like that. That's what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to be this third thing too, but we're gonna see it. We're gonna save that for another day. But I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to be. I'm I'm not really too good at working for people because I always kind of I always wanted to work for myself. I used to be like, yo, why am I working for this person when I can work for myself? Right? That's how I look at it. I look at it as I want to make my own hours. I want to set things up where I can see the advance in it, and I want to put people on. I want to be that person that can help a situation, right? So I was like, me working for somebody else and working some kind of 9 to 5, that ain't me. That ain't me. I've been surprised that I can keep like a a job like that because I've been able to keep jobs because I think I know because I'm driving towards a goal that it kind of helps me keep it and to move forward and stuff like that. But like, do I like working for somebody else? No, I want to work for myself. Like that's simple as that. I want to build my own business. I want to do my own thing. I want to pay myself. I want to have my own hours. Be able to work a 16 to 18 hour day and know that I'm putting it towards for myself, not for somebody else. I'm doing it for my gain. So, hey man, you gotta think in your own head of what school means for you, what it will do for you. Because what it did for me, it kind of helped me to really narrow my focus. Like before, my focus was kind of wide. It was kind of like I didn't have tunnel vision yet. I knew what I wanted to be, but I didn't know how to go about being it. So it was like, but soon, like with that, when I really went for what I wanted to do, it kind of just did that. And I was like, I got single benchmarks that I need to hit, and I got goals I need to accomplish. So it kind of worked like that, man. I hope y'all enjoyed today. I know it's been a minute, and I gotta get back in the flow of things. As you can see, I'm still kind of under the weather. I'm sorry for my tone of voice. It's a little crazy. But I wasn't about to let no whole 2 weeks go by and me not record a podcast. That's just not Gucci. Not with that. And we're hopefully this cold and whatever's going on is gone in a couple days, so I can just start doing some more. But y'all know how we end this. Everything is what it is. Kayla, if you out there, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm still surprised I didn't know Kayla's like really went crazy yet, but I know when this thing gets huge, it's gonna be like, hopefully. Y'all have a good one, people. We out.